completely fine with everything. While I was still in high school, they were kind of like, okay, like...
We know what you're doing.
We know what you're doing, but, like, I would never get in trouble. They would just be like, be safe. Like...
Yeah. Call us if you need us.
Yeah, call us if you need us. So, anyway, so then... Because both my parents were able to drink at 18. So I think that kind of, like, checked them. And, like, well, it's unfair of us to expect you to wait till 21 when we didn't wait till 21.
Wow, that's nice.
So that's, like, that was their mindset.
I agree, though. Once I graduated high school, my mom was like, whatever.
I don't care, yeah. Because, like, whatever. You know? Anyway, so then we were sitting on the driveway, and I remember seeing a cop, and I was talking to my friend. I was talking to Kenna on the driveway, and I remember seeing a cop pull up. And I remember seeing him...
Oh, my fucking God. I'm, like,
I remember
chill.
seeing him, literally start walking. And I go... Or I saw the cop come down the street, and I said, Kenna, we gotta go. And she's like,
in his car or walking?
This was in his car at first. And I was like, Kenna, we need to go. And she was like, no, we're fine. And I was like, Kenna, we're fucking running right now. And he pulls up. It was like two or three cars.
Are you running
at this point? I'm running. Yeah, we're running. Like, I pulled her with me. I pulled her on. Yeah, you're welcome for not getting an underage. Kenna, pay me back the money that I saved you.
She owes you.
Yeah, she does. So then we're literally running because I saw more and more cars keep pulling up because she had parties like all through high school. So I think that the cops already were like just waiting. Yeah, they were just waiting for the right tip off or to figure out what night. Mm-hmm. And so many people ended up getting underages that night. Like,
and you didn't?
No, maybe like between 5 and 10 at least.
Did they go into the house?
Well, because the cops like blocked the patio door because people were outside. So they like somehow got to the patio door, so people didn't get in the house yet. Majority of the people got in the house, but then like I think the dad was like shutting the door.
Oh,
so
the
like
parents are home?
Oh yeah.
Oh my God, that's bold.
Yeah, so they like were shutting the door on them so nobody could come in because they didn't want the cops coming in the house.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy. So, but then the story only gets better. So we're hiding in a bush, and my ex-boyfriend was...
Are we on, like, Terrace Drive? Like, where are we at here?
Yeah, we're pretty much down the street from Kenna's house. Like,
okay.
Honestly, we could have ran back to Kenna's.
Wow, that's so funny.
So my ex...
party's in the same street.
I love that. My ex-boyfriend is texting me. So at this point, I'm like, wow. So he's still up at 2 in the morning, or whenever this was. And I'm like... guess I'm going to give him a call. Because who else do I call?
Caller.
We're literally, I'm in a bush.
Yeah.
With my best friend.
SOS.
And I'm like, I need to get home, and I don't know how long we're going to have to wait in this bush, and we could easily just, like, run across the block. Like, I can see the cops kind of driving around the block, so we're, like, hiding, and I was, like, petrified.
Yeah.
So I call him. I'm like, we're hiding in a bush right now. Could you pick us up? And he's, like, obviously said yes because he was, like, really into me still. And so he comes and he picks us up. No, I just got a little scared. He was just, like, very, very into me, and that freaked me out.
Yeah.
It kind of, like, retreated me. But, like, I think he has a really good heart, and I hope, like, the best for him. And he thinks I'm a terrible person, actually.
Really?
Just because, like, I couldn't ever, like, really break up with him. And so it was like, he thought I cheated, but I was like, I did break up with you. Like, but he just wasn't, like, processing.
He wasn't, like, mentally able to accept that.
But I was like, that's not my fault.
Yeah.
You know? Anyway. So he picks me up, and then this is something that my friends still talk about. He drops me off at my house, and he texts me, because, like, my friend got dropped off with me. And his text to me said, miss you, glad you still have a dummy fat ass.
What the fuck?
Yeah, so now my friends tell me that all the time. They're like, oh, that ass be looking dummy fat today, Maddie.
I've never even heard this term.
Yeah, PH, though. Not even an F, wow. PH. Yeah, so ask me if I still have a big head about it. I do.
Yeah. Well,
like,
that's...
basically, like, have you ever been complimented about your ass? Like that? Crazy.
Yeah.
So, advice. The next question is I can't talk. Advice on how to be a bad bitch.
How to be a bad bitch is truly just literally not giving a absolute flying fuck. Yeah. That's really what it's about. And I want to be like, I'm a bad bitch 100% of the time, but it's really like, I'm a bad bitch, like, 50% of all
Oh,
time.
yeah.
Like, we all have our moments, and...
Everybody's insecure.
Everybody's insecure, but I'd say, like, for the most part, I don't know. I think about, like, all the time, like, people have way... I don't know. I think about, like, my self-esteem or, like, my confidence, which is, like, what essentially being a bad bitch is. And I look at, like, what other people say about themselves and what they hear about themselves, like, what they, like, basically are saying to themselves. Mm-hmm. And I cringe because I look at them and I see them in a totally different light.
Right.
So I think it's really, like, really just about, like, perspective and owning who you are mm-hmm. and being, like, completely authentic and unapologetically authentic you. And, like, portraying that to the world and not really backing down on anything.
Yeah, no, I completely agree. And, like, that's something that I preach, but I need to, like, take my own medicine because I
same.
beat myself up in my head. And, like, my motto to myself every day is fake it till you make it. And, like, I still do that. So people are like, you're the most confident person. How do you do that? And I'm like,
People say this to me all the time, too. They're like, you're so confident. I'm like,
no.
Not.
If you heard the stuff I said to myself, you would think that I need to go to, like, a hospital, like a clinic. Like, I am terrible to myself in my head, but I don't want, like, I want to project
yes, that's
confidence.
Like, exactly.
And eventually I'll feel it internally. Not every day, but sometimes I feel it. And, like, but you know what? You're never going to feel it if you're always like, oh, you know what I hate? When people are like, oh, you know, I'm just so, like, I'm so fat or whatever.
Oh, I hate it.
And, like, shut up.
Exactly, because, like, even though, like, no one's appearance is, like, perfect. Like,
everybody has things they'd want to change.
Yeah. Everybody has things that they want to change, and no one's perfect. But I don't say those things out loud because...
You're speaking into an existence.
Yeah,
like,
and
you can never take that back.
And I know truly, honestly, that, like, physical appearance is not the end-all, be-all of life.
Yeah.
And I've met people who are beautiful and they have a horrible personality.
And you can't change that.
And you can't change that. And I think that's, like, where my confidence comes from because I know, like, I'm... Or at least maybe I'm not, but I think...
No, you are.
Like,
gas yourself.
I'm a great friend. I feel like I have a really good, like, set of... What's the word? Like... head on my shoulders, morals. Like, I think I'm a good person. I think I'm a really good friend. I value all the relationships in my life. And that's why I'm a bad bitch. Not because, like, of looks or perception of other people or opinions of other people. It's all about, like, who I am and on the inside and exuding that to other people.
Right. No, I agree.
I definitely understand what you say, like, about, like, people, like... oh, would maybe not be this person 50% of the time. Because, like, I could definitely use to take my own advice sometimes.
Yeah, I need to.
Especially, like, in relationships. And
my parents are like, you're so hard on yourself. Like, the thought track in your head is so toxic. I'm like, I know.
Yeah. No, that's because, like, you know, it takes some really, like, toxic situations to, like, make you become a bad bitch.
Well,
truly.
And people ask me, like, oh, how'd you get so funny? I'm like, trauma.
Yeah.
Hard things.
People treating me like absolute dog shit.
Yeah.
Stepping it and smushing it around.
You don't know when you grow up skinny and pretty what it's like.
Yeah. For sure.
Okay, so the next question is, if you could go back to an ex, would you?
Okay, here's my issue. When I am in, like, a full... maybe not even full on, but I'm dating someone and I'm into you, I am all in. I'm 10 toes. I'm invested. Because I know that, like, when it eventually ends, like, I'm looking back with no regrets, no remorse. I know that I put my all into it. And by you either betraying my trust, you've made your decision and you've made your decision for me.
Sure. And it's hard to get over that.
And I think that that's, like, my, like, stance. Like, I truly am, like, disgusted by that person once they do that. So I don't know.
You don't have any ex that you would go back to?
Like, also define ex. You know what I mean? Like, there's also, like, dudes where I'm, like... there's, like, this one guy in particular. We were never, ever, like, officially, you're my boyfriend, you're my girlfriend, meet my mom. Never that. But, like, I'm still, like, so attracted to him, think, like, we'd be perfect together. You know? But we're just, like, not. I would definitely go back to him, even though he's done me wrong multiple times.
Yeah, I agree. There's like my actual ex-boyfriends that I've dated, no, never. But there's like one guy that came to my mind when I like read this question, and like I feel like with him it was really a right person, wrong time situation.
Yeah.
And like, oof, why am I like really in my feels right now?
Red, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, no, if he like hit me up and he was like, I'm gonna try this for real, yeah, I would.
Absolutely.
I would stop talking to like anyone in my phone right now. I would stop talking to him for like, which is bad because like.
But that's the type of person, that's what I'm saying. Like, I'm all in. I'm 10 toes. I'm invested.
Yeah.
Like,
you just get a connection with someone. And, like, that person, like, never made me feel like any other guy that I've ever talked to. So, like, to get that feeling back, to get that chemistry, like, that's something that you can't just, like, make with someone. You have it or you don't.
And the chemistry is legitimately the only thing that matters. Like, do you vibe? Are you, like...
Will I get sick of you? Like, that's my thing is, like... I think I have such a big personality that I want someone to, like, not... You know what? They talked about this on Call Her Daddy, and I think it's so interesting. Alex was like, I want someone who's going to, like, be my, like, sidekick. Like, I'm the main character. Like, you want someone who's going to be, like, she runs the show, like...
And I'm just here for it.
I'm just here for that. And I'm like, you know what? That sounds shitty coming out of my mouth, but, like... I don't want to be competing with someone, you know?
No.
If I dated a version of myself...
attraction and you're kind of, like... the cotton candy stand in the corner.
You're like the funnel cake. People just kind of get on the side.
Right. People are like,
I'm
bored,
the Ferris
I'm hungry.
wheel.
And I'm like, you need 10 tickets to ride this ride.
Yeah.
You know?
Love that.
Yeah.
So, these are very light questions. Okay. Least favorite food?
Indian.
Really?
Yeah, I'm like a very worldly type of gal, but like I'm just not down. I like the smell of Indian curry just makes my stomach churn.
I have to be like in the right mood, but like I will pick like Asian food. Like I could eat at any time of the day.
Yes, agree.
Like when we went to Thailand, I ate sushi for breakfast.
Oh my god, you went to Thailand?
Yes.
Oh my god,
my dad had a job out there, so we were out there for almost 3 weeks. Okay.
Wow, that's amazing.
So the last question is, what is your drink of choice? What do you like?
Go to?
Yeah, go to.
Double vodka soda, Tito's preferably, 3 limes.
3 exact limes.
Yeah, I'm excessive.
Yeah.
I'm excessive, yeah.
I love that. So, I, like, if I was going to go to a bar, I'd probably order a Moscow Mule. Like, it depends on the situation. So, am I going to the bar to just have a drink? Or am I going to the bar to, like, drink?
Okay, that's true.
Because if I'm just having a drink, I'm going to order a Moscow Mule. Because I'm like, oh, I'm only going to have, like, 2, 3. Yeah. But if I'm, like, drinking, I'm going to get, like, a vodka soda with limes. So, same thing. Yeah. But I would not order Tito's. I'd order Rail because I'm a broke college kid.
That'll change one day.
Yeah, because Tito's doesn't give you, like...
This new job. Clap, clap.
Yeah, exactly. And now I'll be able to afford the Tito's in my drink.
Amazing.
Hopefully.
Good times.
So, that is actually all I have for you today.
Oh my god, I want to ask you a question.
Oh yeah, ask me some questions.
Let's talk about what's the meanest thing you've ever done to a guy? Because we talk so much shit about dudes, we almost need to, like, realize and put ourselves back, like, you know.
Like, okay, but did he do me dirty first? Or is this me, like...
Yeah, I love a comeback story.
Okay, this is... I was going to do a whole segment on this, but why not throw it in here? So...
Yeah, get, like, a precursor going on.
Okay, so I'll explain, like, the whole story in another episode, because this is probably, like, this is a very, like, layered story, an onion kind of story.
Yeah.
But the long story short was he did me so dirty. I don't know if this is, like, the worst, but he did me so dirty, and then I just texted him back. Like, I Shark Tanked him. And I just texted him back, and for those reasons, I'm out. And I think it's kind of an iconic moment for me.
No, like, that's not mean. That's, like, straight up, this is what it is.
Yeah. Mean, though, honestly, I think a lot of guys think I'm mean because I, like, don't actually meet up with them. But, like, if you tell me to come over or you tell me to come hang out or, like, get in your bed, like, I'm never going to come. Yeah. And I realize that subconsciously, like, I realize any guy that says that to me, they're automatically, like, we're just going to Snapchat and be, like, pen pals because you've put me in a category of what you think I am, and I'm so different than that. So I guess that's, like, they would consider that mean. Yeah. I don't consider that mean because I'm like, you put me in a category that I don't want to be in.
You're right. No, I agree.
So I don't have, like, a mean story.
Yeah, like, we're too good of people to be mean.
Because, like,
I've had dudes do me so dirty, like, disgusting things, like, truly and honestly, And I'm like, I'll forgive you. I'm not going to forget it, though.
Yeah.
And I know who you are, and I've got you in a box.
Yeah.
To the left.
No, I agree. Like, I don't think I've ever done anything like